Hello and welcome back to another art haul, and today I've done a little Jackson's order, so let's dive into what I got. And I'm very excited straight off the bat here to show you a brand new sketchbook. I have mentioned before that I follow Frances Ives. I think she's an amazing illustrator. I love her landscape drawings, even though I'm rubbish at landscapes. It's not my thing. I totally appreciate her work and how amazing she is. And this is her preferred sketchbook, the Pith. I'd never heard of them before she mentioned it. The thing I love about it is the binding. So this is the spine of the Pith. Look at how amazing that is, that you can see everything. And what this means is the way it's bound, these lay completely flat. How gorgeous is that? Completely flat, every single page. Beautiful. So I'm really intrigued to work in this book. I have gone for the larger scale again, the A4 size, although yeah, they call it this, the I'm terrible, or a blanco. Anyway, it gives you the dimensions there. So yeah, got this from Jackson's. They do have their own website as well, so it's worth looking them up. And they do have different sizes. I think one is kind of this one cut in half, so it's a landscape like that. And they also do a small one, which is a great kind of travel size. So I might still get a small travel size one, great for everyday drawings. But yeah, this is awesome. Look how big this is. I can't even fit it on my screen. And I'm really surprised because I know it's like watercolor paper. Really gorgeous, thick watercolor paper. You can vaguely see my hand through it. But it's hot pressed, so it's smooth. I was worried that this would be quite toothy. And if you see my mandala orb drawings, you'll know that I love to do loads of colour, like an explosion of colour, which will be perfect on here to do loads. But I love to do fine line drawings around the edge, and I was worried it would be too toothy to do that. But I think this paper is gonna be lovely. So nice hard cover. I went for the orange, just it's very different from anything I've already got. Pith, just to note as well, also do bullet journals. So if you like the dotted grid, they do notebooks with the dot, which I'm really intrigued about. I saw that on their website last night. I might try that. So I might get one of their smaller, kind of this size sketchbook, and I might get the same in a dotted notebook because the quality is unbelievable. And again, if you can open it completely flat, that is perfect for a bullet journal if you're doing a really nice big spread. Anyway, I am here on the first page. Again, I don't usually go for first pages, but this is a great place to swatch. And I'm going to go in with these new things. I have not gone crazy. I don't have a big budget for supplies, so I didn't want to buy too much stuff. But I have gone for these, the Liquitex acrylic markers. I love working with acrylics. I haven't done it really for ages because it's messy and I have to kind of get my paints out. So I've got a little selection of some here in paint form, like in tub form. I've also got, these were not part of my haul by the way, but I thought we could swatch these as well. Some acrylic ink, Liquitex acrylic ink. I'm really contemplating moving more into the ink direction, so it'll be interesting to see how these work together. And of course, I've gone on about these before, holbein pencils. I love these. I love the waxy nature of them. I think they're incredible. I've basically got one pink one. I will try and dig that out in a second. So let's swatch those together as well. So let's undo all of these and dive in. Okay, so let's have a look at these. So they come with just the plain white tip. Pretty sure you just have to kind of hold them down to help the paint come through. So already just from 2 pulses Hopefully you can see there, the paint is starting to come down into the nib. I'm really intrigued to see what this is like on the page. Wow! Oh my goodness, this paper is amazing. It is beautiful. Love this colour, by the way. So yeah, beautiful. Isn't that incredible? So yeah, that's come straight through. So really, really easy to activate these. Just want to have a quick look on the back. Look at that. No buckling or anything. I can very slightly see a shadow, but that is quite a bit of paint. You can see from the glisten there, there's quite a bit of paint on there. We'll give this a shake. Do a similar thing with this. Hold it down. So I'm not trying to pump it too much because I don't want to damage the nib. The last one just took 2 holds, so we'll see if, hold it a little bit more. There we go, look. So the paint on that one, the 3rd press, is starting to come down. Let's give it one more. And there we go, it's coming out onto the page. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful colour. The nibs are kind of interesting, so at least you can get really fine detail. That's nice, isn't it? Using the end of the chisel tip. That's really gorgeous. What I had envisaged was laying down a lot of colour in one go, so I love that with this you can sort of do that. I guess you could smudge it with your hand as well. Don't forget these are acrylics, so if you get them on your clothes, they will stain your clothes. Interesting, quite nice there. That would be nice going into with a pencil. What else have we got then? Obviously a pink, because hello, pinks are my favourite. So what were these colours? This was Prussian blue, obviously. What's this one? Oh, I'm so bad with like foreign language, I'm so sorry. Cerulean blue. Cerulean blue. This one is light pink. So I'll just hold this down for a little bit. And the paint's starting to come through. So there, look at that. That's a beautiful colour. I really like that. Just a soft pinky colour. Lovely little base. Nice with the blues as well. Lovely with this. Look at those two together. Aren't they lovely? They're quite, I will say it's quite scratchy. You can see all of my marks drawing. That's why I quite like the sort of blending it about. But it's quite nice to get down the detail like that. Yeah, the nibs are quite scratchy. I wonder if they soften up. Maybe they will. That'll be interesting to see what happens with those. And then we've got one more here, which is cadmium yellow deep hue. Cadmium yellow. So I went for something bold and bright. I'll be honest, I went for the 4 colours that were on offer. They just happen to be colours that I love. I don't know, I would have instinctively gone for a bold, bright yellow. But these, for some reason, were like half price on Jackson's. Wow, look at that. That'd be amazing for like sunflowers or something like that. Isn't that beautiful? Let's look at layering them. That's amazing. Gosh, that's bold. So yeah, when I was saying about bold and bright, playful colours in my last video, that would be nice to kind of combine with a white though. So let's look at the holbein pencils. So I went for a wine red. Oh, they're just so waxy. They're like a dream to go down. They just feel so smooth. Look at that. Again, beautiful with these. That's a lovely colourway there, isn't it? Went for a green because I knew I had some kind of gaps in my greens last time, so I've got a leaf green because again I was sort of thinking about all my leaves, doing foliage, just wanting a nice rich deep green. So yeah, they go down really lovely. I just love that waxy feel that they have. What's it like going over the top? Nice. And the last one, was this an ochre? This is tan. So again, trying to find a nice sort of beigey sort of colour that don't they go nicely together? And again, looks good here. So yeah, lovely. Oh, I'm pleased with these. I will find that pink as well. Let me find the pink I already have in the holbein. Here it is. You can see it's well loved, well used. This is coral. Oops. Which is beautiful. It just goes down so nicely. I think this is still my favourite pencil. Go nicely with this colour though. They're great to layer together. They do run down very quickly, so you do have to kind of keep a sharpener handy, but very, very nice. Really pleased with those. So I've got a few little paints here. What have we got? I'm going to make a horrible mess. This is the thing. This is why I wanted to get pens, because I make such a horrible mess with paints. Paints feels like a big job for some reason. It feels like I need to sit down for a whole day's session to get my paints out. So what have we got here? Paper Artsy. I follow By Bun and I have done for years. She's got a YouTube channel. She is awesome. Love her mixed media work, but this is something she's always mentioned, is that they're chalky acrylics. So she uses these a lot because she works in journals and altered books and sketchbooks, and they don't stick together when you, or as much anyway, when you kind of shut your pages. So it's more of a satin finish. I'm not sure how light fast these are in the long run, but yeah, they're a nice kind of satiny finish. So these are quite fun. Oh, do you see what I mean? I'm really messy. I mean, why couldn't I just use a paintbrush? I might have to get a tissue a second. So messy. See how that works there across the page. Nice. I wonder if that will bleed onto something else. Anyway, we can see from that what it's going to be like to draw on top of. Let me move my little boxes out of the way. Then you're kind of more in the frame there. Let's move that. And then obviously the ink was something I wanted to play around with. I'm going to put a little bit there. And probably a lot over here. Acrylic ink, just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I mean, already with those, how beautiful that is. With that, that's going to be nice. Love how that works. Let's look on the back again. Look at that, not even any crinkle. This paper is amazing. I can't believe how good this is. I cannot wait to work in the sketchbook. Honestly, that's blown me away. I'm also going to use, this is acrylic fluid, no, golden fluid acrylics in teal. Obviously one of my favourite colours because I'm addicted to turquoise. Let's put it up here as well. Look how bold and bright that is. So fun. I don't know why I have to always use my fingers, but apparently I do. So yeah, just how things layer. Again, these are what you can add water to. We've got some water. I've only got some in this. So you should be able to, there we go, look. Add water and spread them around. These are amazing. They are expensive. I think I've only ever bought this one batch before. but you can sort of use them like a watercolour, but obviously they're permanent as well, so they're great. Beautiful to use here, look, with the acrylic ink. And I think this is what I want to play around with as well more, is combining different materials, because they're not really designed to work together, but you know, why can't you use them together? So fun. Okay, so that's a lot of splodging there, but then I'm going to use our new pens that we just got and kind of draw over the top. So it's interesting for me looking at these pencils. These pencils are slightly more scratchy than I thought they would be. Like, they give a texture when I say scratchy, whereas my beloved pink, my beloved coral, gives a really like sheen, sort of satiny, almost like, how do I say that? Yes, maybe satin. Just a really kind of clean finish, whereas this you can definitely see the texture. So that'll be interesting to see if maybe it's not all hot holbeins that I love. Maybe it's just this coral one. But yeah, definitely a lot of texture in that one. But there's like hardly any flake. There's hardly any... Well, there's a little bit there, look. Messy hands. Anyway, loving this. Do you know what? I'm loving this combination. I think this is inspiring a brand new art haul soon. I think I'm going to get some more of these. So this is the 30ml bottle. That's actually quite a lot. Liquitex acrylic ink, and you can see you get the dropper. So this is nearly full still. This one is the, oh gosh, I just can't read, I'm sorry. The quinacridin magenta, the magenta anyway. So yeah, sorry that I'm terrible at reading. I'm really bad at these things. Right, these are still, oh no, that's a bit dry there. So let's see what these are like. So yeah, nice to draw in over the top. Slightly scratchy. But yeah, great for layering, look. What's it like over here? Lovely. I think these need to dry a little bit more. It's slightly translucent, transparent. Like you can sort of see through it still, which again you can still, you know, use to your advantage. This I think is one of my favourite things. So let's play with this. How gorgeous is that? That's amazing. Especially over that more satiny kind of feel. I wonder what these would be like with gouache. I don't really use gouache a lot. It's something I've been trying to sort of get into a bit more. Yeah, I need to let this paint underneath dry. I just love this colour. Let's smudge it in. What about over here? Smudge it all in together. So this is what I love to do as well with new supplies, is just play. And you might be thinking, wow, that's a mess, and especially for a first page, but I think this kind of helps me with my first page or blank page fear that I have. It's good to play around with what marks you can make, get to know your new supplies, see how they layer up with other things. See, this is nice. Once you start layering like 2 or 3 things together, you can really combine things, and this is when you start making your kind of art practice your own. Let's draw it over the top with something. What about this lovely like red wine colour? So yeah, you can see here layering things together, and it gives it more depth then. So when you're working on a page, this is why I love mixed media. I love it. It's so exciting. You can explore so many different things, layering things up in different ways. Where's that lovely yellow? See, the yellow is something I would normally be scared of, but actually that's really nice down here. Look, with this, what was this? The magenta ink and this pencil, actually, the tan pencil. That's lovely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of playing around with these markers a little bit more, because again, they're the sort of thing that you can take out and about with you. A lot of the drawing I do at work when it's quiet in between customers. If you don't know, I work in a little art gallery, and so I'm always on the go. Another thing I do is after I've done the school run, I go to a little cafe and I'll sit there for an hour. I'll have a coffee and just draw whilst I'm there, which is again really, really fun. So yeah, but when you're on the go, you obviously need supplies that aren't too messy. They're easy to have to hand. And obviously then these pens are going to be way easier to travel around with than, say, a load of ink. But this is the sort of thing you can splodge down ink as like a background layer. So maybe playing around with these, just do some crazy backgrounds, and then whilst I'm out and about, I could draw into them, I could colour over them, and then kind of see what happens. So this is a really interesting page to me. This is really messy. Really fun to try new things. I've realised as well, I kind of get stuck in the same, I don't know, rhythm. You know, like I use my Neo colours as like a base layer, and then I use my colour. Okay, I'm back. My battery died. So something I've realised from doing this page or this spread is that I usually just use my Neo colours, which are great fun, but I use them as a base. I activate them with water, and then I go in over the top with different coloured pencils, and I play around with colour that way. And this is actually really fun to push the boundaries. There's some really interesting things happening here, and even just like working with my hands is something I haven't done in ages. And what amazing kind of patterns or textures or marks that I've been making, and just playing with different materials. So this is really fun, and already it's inspiring me to do more of this or just branch out. And then obviously I could use the materials I already work with, so say my Neo Color 2s in with this, maybe over the top of this, and see how they combine together. I'm also noticing, again, colour, which is what came out last time. Loads of big, bold, bright colours, not really any darks or variations. I've got this light in here, and again, this kind of lighter pink, and I've got this darker blue. So I've kind of got something going on here with lights and darks, but everything seems similar kind of tone. So that's interesting as well to me, that maybe I need to be a bit braver with that kind of contrast in my work, or maybe I am just using bold colours and that's the direction I'm going to end up going in. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little play around with me, this art haul, seeing how you know, we could use different things together, and just trying out some of these new supplies. Loving the Liquitex markers, loving the ink actually, which I've not really played with much. So while this is a really interesting spread, great way to start a new sketchbook, I just want to tell you how much I love this, the Pith sketchbook. Can't wait to play more in this. Love the binding, love that it opens flat. This was actually a really nice board to work on. So yeah, gorgeous as a first page. But even this, I can't believe how well it's held up to the media. And yeah, very much looking forward to doing some more spreads and really throwing a lot of kind of wet media like inks and paint and Neo colours at the paper to see what it is capable of. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has inspired you to play around with your different art supplies, and I'll see you in the next video for another one. Lots of love. Bye.